Hiren Soda has already joined. Dr. Hiren Soda has already joined.
Yeah.
Good evening,
Hiren-
sir.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Hiren is already
Good evening.
joined. So then we are three of us. We will start then.
Yes, sir.
Hiren, shall we start now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So Kaushal and Jay. Jay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So Jay, you means Jayesh or Jay? You are Jay.
Jai Joshi.
Jay Joshi. Okay. So Kaushal, both of you can hear us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello.
So please, yeah.
Yes.
Don't keep in your mind that you are presenting vasovaginal fistula. Keep your mind and just open. Accordingly, you ask the question and answer. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Yes.
Yeah, Prashant, you can start.
Yes, sir. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Clinics for PG Updates, an educational initiative by Dr. Gaurang Shah and Dr. Venkat Gite, sir. Chief complaint. My patient, 38-year-old lady, housewife, married since 15 years, Muslim by religion, resident of Baikala, came with chief complaints of history of passing clear fluid from vagina since last 1 month.
Okay, Kaushal, this is a main, chief complaint.
Yes, sir.
So just tell us how we'll proceed. First of all, what are the differential diagnoses that comes to your mind? Number one, and then how you will proceed. What are the positive and negative history will ask.
Yes, sir. She presented with the vaginal passing of clear fluid from the vagina. So it can be whether it is continuous or intermittent, that I want to know. If it is continuous, it can be overflow or incontinence, or can be a vesicovaginal fistula. If it is intermittent, then it can be a uretrovaginal fistula or stress incontinence or overflow incontinence.
Rather than focusing on what it should be, you should focus on asking more history.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So history, how it started, I want to know how it started. What was the event it occurred, whether it started after any surgery or it is any associated with other previous lower urinary tract symptoms.
Any surgery of 1 month before?
Hello, Jay. Please make Mulaukar co-host.
Sorry.
Mulaukar.
Yeah, I'm there.
Kaushal,
Okay.
Yeah.
whenever any patient come
Yes,
to OPD with something leakage from the vagina, so you should be very clear in asking about the leakage. Is it continuous?
yes,
Is it intermittent?
Continuous
Is it more in some particular position? Is it related to कुछ टाइमिंग फिक्स है, समझो नाइट लाइंग डाउन पोजीशन में है, स्टैंडिंग में है, देन उसके साथ वो इन बिटवीन नॉर्मल वाइडिंग है, नहीं है, उसके बाद में थोड़ा हिस्ट्री को जानने के पहले ये चीजें सिर्फ लीकेज से रिलेटेड है, ठीक है?
yes, sir.
Then you
Yes,
have
sir.
to the social status of the patient, then history, any history of trauma, any history of surgery, any history of surgery में फिर any gynecological surgery, obstetric surgery, ये सब चीजें एक एक करके टिप ऑफ टंग को एक कॉजेस रूल आउट करना जरूरी,
Yes,
क्योंकि इसमें क्या हो सकता है कि आर्ज इनकंटिनेंस रह सकता है, इसमें स्ट्रेस इनकंटिनेंस रह सकता है, इसमें ओवरफ्लो इनकंटिनेंस रह सकता है, इसमें रिसेंट सर्जरी तो जस्ट पेरिटोनियल फ्लूइड अर्ली पार्ट में पेरिटोनियल फ्लूइड का लीकेज रह सकता है, इसमें वसाइको यानी फिस्टुला रह सकता है, इट में भी वसाइक वाजिनल फिस्टुला, इट में भी यूरोट्रोवाजिनल फिस्टुला, it may be vesico-uterine fistula, it may be ureterovaginal fistula. तो ये कुछ भी रह सकता है. ये सिर्फ एक कंप्लेंट
Dr. Mulakar wanted to ask some question.
हिस्ट्री ऑफ रेडिएशन है, ये someone has already put in the chat box कि रेडिएशन का कुछ हिस्ट्री है क्या, ये सब कुछ प्रीवियस गायनेकोलॉजिकल सर्जरी है क्या, प्रीवियस रिसेंटली लेबर है क्या, ये सब चीजें पूछना पड़ेगा. तो ये तुम वन गो में बताना पड़ेगा.
Yes, sir.
कंफ्यूजन ये क्योंकि सिंपल है, ये तुम हर डेली डे इन एंड डे आउट तुम ओपीडी में ये सब चीजें देखते हो, तुमको सबको पता भी है, तुमको फार्मुलेट
So
करके
many-
एग्जाम में बताना जरूरी.
So many points, Dr. Gite. Yeah. Don't get blocked in the beginning of the exam only. These are the questions that you should have asked process. Gita sir is important.
हाँ, क्योंकि अगर मैं तुम्हारे जगह पे एग्जाम गोइंग हो तो मैं बोल देता हूँ रेट पे भी एनीथिंग. अभी एक से एक सिंपल लाइन से कैसे पता चले, कुछ भी रह सकता है ना. तो यू हैव टू गो इन फटाफट 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 10 लाइन बोल देना, तो दैट यू एग्जामिनर ने बीच में बोलना चाहिए भाई रुक जा.
So first of all, you will ask about the fluid, the history of fluid, as Dr. Gite has said. Whether what is the quantity, okay, whether it's a large amount, small amount, number one, whether it is related to the position, whether it is continuous, whether it is intermittent, it is associated with voiding along with that, then what is the color, whether there is any blood in that, whether it is a foul smelling, and then you have to ask a question related to what can be the causes. So first the type of fluid and then what can be the causes. So accordingly you ask all the questions. So Jay, can you just repeat fast and then we'll go ahead. Dr. Mulakar, you wanted to ask something?
No, he just commented that in a patient with ureterovaginal fistula, the leak will be intermittent, which is not the case. The leak will be continuous even in ureterovaginal fistula. Only thing is it will be
Yes.
associated with normal voiding also.
Yes. Correct.
So,
Okay, Jay, just tell us fast and then we'll go ahead.
regarding the incontinence, whether it is continuous, intermittent, aggravated by some position, exercise, standing, or it is relieved by supine position, and any associated in between normal sensation of bladder feeling is present or not, and normal voiding in between the leakage is present or not, or associated any hematuria, dysuria, burning micturition is there or not, and number of the pad she how many number of the pad she used in the day or also in the night, and quantity, and also is there any ammoniacal smell of the fluid like the urine is there or not.
What is the significance of foul smell of leak? Foul smelling watery leak, what is the significance?
Foul smelling means it may indicate the secondary infection of the urine, most likely, or such patient have more likely the local vaginitis or cystitis, or also they have the fungal infection at the local site also there. So it may produce foul smelling.
Will that cause foul smelling leak? The most important causes of foul smelling leak in a patient who has got such kind of incontinence is either a malignant fistula or a fistula which is associated with urinary as well as GI tract. These two leaks will be foul smelling. Apart from that, even if a patient has got cystitis, urethritis, vagera, the leak will not be foul smelling. Okay, a foul smelling leak will mostly point to a malignancy.
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So shall we go ahead?
Please
Yes,
go ahead.
sir.
Yeah, Prashant, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Coming to present history of present illness, patient having this complaint of passing clear fluid since last month, which is sudden in onset, non-progressive, continuous, continues throughout the day. Color of fluid is clear, not associated with any foul smelling. There is hello.
Yeah.
Leak is not aggravated by any change of position or by standing. Patient also complaining that she has not having any sensation of bladder filling since the onset of the complaint. And patient having history of abdominal hysterectomy done 40 days back for excessive bleeding, and after 8th postoperative day, when patient's catheter was removed, patient developed this complaint, and patient has never had feeling of bladder since that.
Any particular find history about her post-operative period you would like to tell us, or you would like to ask?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
I
sir.
would like to ask about the intraoperative events, whether there was excessive blood loss,
Okay, very
how,
good.
whether it was a long surgery, prolonged surgery.
Just a minute, I'll interrupt you. Just a minute. The first thing that you should ask is what was the indication for hysterectomy?
Yes,
Was
excessive bleeding they mentioned. Yeah.
it a normal size uterus or a large uterus?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
go ahead, please. You are on a right track. Please go ahead.
Yeah, yes, sir. So whether surgery was prolonged, means duration of surgery, what was the duration, whether it was excessive blood loss, there intraoperative any complication was there, whether relatives were informed about that it was a complicated surgery, and in postoperative period whether
Find out
she
whether
has.
it was a complicated or not.
Hello.
Kaushal,
Yes, sir.
rather,
Find out that whether it was complicated or not.
Yes, sir.
patient might be having a discharge card of the surgery.
Yes, sir.
So you can always consult the discharge, then have a look at the discharge card.
Yes, sir. And I would like to ask in the postoperative period whether patient has any fever.
Okay, very
What
good.
was the course of the postoperative? Whether she was discharged early or she was in a hospital for a long time.
Okay.
And catheter when it was removed, and after before removal of catheter whether there was a leak, or after removal of catheter it started leaking.
See, there are three ways of finding out whether, because many a times it may not be written, so how to find out whether it was complicated or not. Number one, how much time it was taken.
Yes,
Correct?
sir. Yes, sir.
Number two, whether it was given only spinal anesthesia, or it was another general anesthesia was also associated with that. Number three, whether any blood transfusion was given or not. And number four, whether any other doctor, any surgeon or any gynecologist was called later on for the help. So these are the important things, because many a times in the history or even in the discharge card, all these things may not be written and patient may not be explained, but you have to find out. So these are the things you must ask. And as Dr. Prashant Mulaukar has said, most important thing is you must ask about the discharge card, because nowadays everyone writes down because of medical legal problem, and they write down everything on the discharge. Fine. Go ahead. What else? Yes, Jay, you want to ask anything?
Any abdominal drain was kept and post-operative dressing was done for how many days, or any history of a surgical site infection is there in on immediate post-op period, or leakage from the wound is there or not? No, it's not.
Okay. Anything else in the post-op history? One of the most important history that you should ask in a post-op period is whether patient had any flank pain. Because if a patient with fistula has history of flank pain, that suggests probability of a ureteric fistula, and if it is a ureteric fistula, it is an emergency. So whether patient had any history of flank pain, that is very important. Okay, go ahead.
So was there any history of flank pain? That also you have to ask. And another important thing is, again, how much time the oxygen was given post-operatively, whether there was any drop in blood pressure. Okay, along with that. Fine. Okay, Prashant, go ahead.
Yes, sir. In surgical details, her operation was uneventful. The post-operative recovery was also good. She was discharged, and there was no any flank pain post-operative.
What was the biopsy report of this?
So biopsy report, she has like it was a benign condition.
Okay. So she discharged early, 5th day?
Which
Yeah, yeah.
benign condition?
Hello.
Which benign condition?
So she was operated for menorrhagia.
Okay.
And catheter removed on which day?
It was removed on third post-operative day.
Okay. After that, she passed urine, means no
Initially,
vaginal leak was there, no?
no vaginal, no
okay.
vaginal leak.
Okay.
There is no history of lower abdominal pain. There is no history of leak of urine on cuff. There is no history of foul smelling of fluid. There is no history of any urge incontinence. There is no history of any treatment by radiation. There is no history of PV discharge in past. There is no history of past surgery before the hysterectomy. There is no history of fever. There is no history of hematuria.
Prashant, there was a history of cholecystectomy.
Sorry, sir. Yeah. Other than that, there is no history of lower abdominal surgery in past.
Yeah, Jai, you want to ask any question? Why the surgery is important? History of any surgery? Does it have any relevance?
Yes, sir. Previous lower segment cesarean section can cause, means any pelvic surgery can cause the adhesions and which can further complicate the surgery, next
And
surgery.
Yeah, so
Also,
for
we
that
have to
matter,
ask the previous obstetric history. How many child she have? Any history of obstructed labor or prolonged labor history is there or not?
Menstrual history also important.
yeah,
It is mentioned separately. Obstetric and menstrual history is mentioned.
okay, go ahead, Prashant.
Yes, sir. In past history, there is no history of diabetes mellitus, hypertension, asthma, TB or TB contact. Patient having history of abdominal hysterectomy done 40 days back and laparoscopic cholecystectomy done 5 years back. Patient is conscious, cooperative, well oriented. Patient bowel habits are normal. Patient takes mixed diet. There is no any kind of addiction. Family history is not significant. Drug history not significant.
No, just wait. Before.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Kaushal,
Yes, sir.
this is the history. You want to ask anything else before we go ahead?
Yes, sir. How means previous childbirth? How many children she has and where how they were delivered
Family
and
is
menstrual
completed or
history.
not?
Yeah.
Yeah, she has got three, Prashant, three full-term normal deliveries.
Yes, 2 full-term normal deliveries are there.
Huh.
And both are delivered in institution. There is both are term babies.
Okay. No complications.
No.
Okay. And menstrual history, regular menses.
Yes.
Menorrhagia, that is why she is operated. No?
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
after
After this surgery, if there is a fluid which is coming out, what are the possibilities?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Jai.
In a post hysterectomy, the clear fluid is coming out. It may be the vesicoperitoneal fistula or a lymphatic fistula, or clear vaginal secretion is there. If it is less in a quantity or not continuous, then
how vesicoperitoneal fistula? How many patients you have seen?
vaginoperitoneal fistula.
That you should be very clear, na, because I have seen one case.
Vaginoperitoneal fistula.
I have reported the case of vesicoperitoneal fistula in last 25 year one case. So you suddenly told vesicoperitoneal, so I was surprised. कहाँ मिल गया देख. Very rare. तो vaginoperitoneal aggrate. तो बोलते समय एग्जाम में गड़बड़ नहीं होना है.
सर आपका केस रिपोर्ट पढ़ा होगा उसने.
See, another possibility is not in this. Whenever we are doing radical surgery and we have done lots of lymph node dissection, then there are chances that there may be lymphoria may be there, and that also can present a similar way. Okay. Or patient might be having ascites from the beginning, a mild ascites, for some other reason which has been missed, and that also can precipitate in the same way.
Agreed.
I didn't catch that. Could you try again?
Okay, fine. Now what do you want to do, Jai?
General
So-
examination and
So that leakage is probably related to the event happened 1 month back as a hysterectomy for dysfunctional uterine bleeding.
dysfunction.
So what may be the probable cause for that leakage? क्या हो गया होगा उस सर्जरी में? क्या आप क्या सोचते हो? कहाँ गलती हो गई?
Most common the site of the is the when the gynecologist separate the bladder from the uterus, and during this separation they are most likely wrong plane, they are going into wrong plane and maybe they damage the detrusor muscle, or another is during the closure of the vaginal cuff, they take into the suture bite the posterior bladder wall into the bites of the suture. These are the two most common causes of this fistula. Or also the cautery injury or suture injury is there.
Yes,
Agreed.
correct. So it can be because of the cautery, it can be laceration, it can be ischemia, or it can be a suture.
So usually gynecologist does a more vigorous dissection between the bladder and uterus using some watch piece, some finger, some forceps, whatever they have, it is available. They will use that and they will tear the bladder wall. So they,
Yeah.
so the dissection should be using the sharp scissor or cautery. That should be the principle of the dissection. But they will not use that. They will use whatever available their watch piece of finger से भी कभी-कभी ढकेल के उसका पूरा सत्यानाश हो जाता है. So that is the most common cause is over vigorous blunt dissection of the bladder from the uterus, which will cause tear in the posterior wall of the bladder. And another cause what he has already told is vaginal cup closure करते समय suture में bladder wall आ जाना, laterally it will necrose and presented as a fistula in the second week, probably second week, third week of the surgery.
So what are the causes of ureteric injuries?
Ureteric injury can be due to excessive blood loss, and so they can means
Excessive blood loss give rise to ureteric injury.
during excessive blood loss they can cause injury to ureter, means like by ligature or by use of cautery.
The most common site of the ureteric injury is the lower 1/3 of the ureter. So during the control of the bleeding, they blind cautery dissection, or they take the large chunk of the tissue in the suture material and blindly take the ureter also in the suture material, or laceration, partial laceration, or complete occlusion in the suture are the causes of this ureteric injury and subsequent fistula formation.
Yes, sir. During ligature of uterine artery also it can cause injury to ureter.
Three places.
Yes, sir.
First is ovarian ligament.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, at the level of ovarian tube and dissection. वहाँ पे ureter is close to that area. That
Yes,
is
sir.
one place. Another place,
Uterosacral ligament.
water flows under the bridge.
Yeah, uterine
So
artery.
that is uterine artery. And
Yes,
third is what he has told. That is broad ligament.
broadly.
In that particular area, if they have some adhesions, they have some big fibroid involving that area, they will definitely, there is a more chance of injuring the ureter. So these are the most common causes. And if in that particular area bleeding happens, you will haphazardly cauterize here and there, use some forceps, ligate to partially or completely. Then if they can found intraoperatively, they may not found intraoperatively. As per that findings, the patient will present. ऐसा है. तो कभी इंट्रा उनको पता चल गया तो इंट्राऑपरेटिव बुलाएंगे, नहीं पता चल गया तो पोस्ट ऑपरेटिवली पेशेंट विल हैव एनुरिया, समटाइम्स बायलैटरल यूरेट्रिक लाइगेशन, बायलैटरल यूरेट ट्रांजैक्शन. ये सब चीजें हमने देखी है. उनको बहुत बार पता ही नहीं चलता है. पोस्ट ऑपरेटिव थर्ड फोर्थ पोस्ट ऑपरेटिव को एनुरिया या फिर पूरा एब्डोमेन में पेरिटोनियल आसाइटिस वगैरह हो जाता है. ऐसे सिचुएशन में वो बोल देते. So when you have called identification of that particular injury, it may be bladder, it may be ureteric. When it is identified, that identification is very important. If it is identified intraoperatively and treated, a complication can happen with anybody's hand. That should be identified immediately. If it is identified in first 7 to 2 hours, then what to be done? If it is identified after 2 weeks, then what to be done? As per the timing of identification, also treatment changes. Because we will discuss in the treatment. Go ahead.
We'll discuss later. Yeah. Okay. Prashant, go ahead.
Yes.
Dr. Mulavkar, you want to ask anything? You want
No.
to add anything?
No. Go ahead.
Okay. Go ahead.
On general examination. Yes, sir. Patient examined in supine position with implant consent. Patient conscious, cooperative, averagely built, averagely nourished. Patient is febrile. Respiratory rate is 18 per minute. Pulse is 80 per minute. Blood pressure is 120/78 mm of Hg. There is no clubbing, cyanosis, icterus, lymphadenopathy, pallor, or edema. Per rectal examination is normal.
Why will you do per rectal examination this patient? Why do you
Jai,
want to?
Sir,
Why do
you want to answer?
In case of vesicovaginal associated rectal injury is there or not?
वो पर रेक्टल एग्जामिनेशन पे कैसे पता चलेगी भाई?
Uh,
वो तो एब्डोमिनल हिस्टेक्टोमी क्या ना, इधर कहाँ से आएगा वो?
You can rule out rectal malignancies.
Man, in a patient who has incontinence, per rectal examination will give you some neurological finding that lower sacral segments are intact, or you are not yet diagnosed vesico. You are treating a case of incontinence right now.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
So what Dr. Mulavkar is saying is that don't keep in your mind that you are dealing with vesicovaginal fistula. In exam, even if you know the diagnosis, you please behave in such a way that you don't know the diagnosis and you are trying to find out what is the cause. So number one, you are doing per rectal examination, he said very rightly, whether there is any laxity of the sphincter, whether we are dealing with any incontinence. Second thing, whatever you are saying is partly right, whether you want to rule out any malignancy in the rectum which has been missed, which is very rare, but it is missed. Third thing is, yes, very rarely you may have double fistula complicated because, per operative, if there are lots of bleeding and if they have not taken care, there are chances they might have done, or you may feel some connection in that case. Okay. But the most important thing is you must find out why. Are you dealing with some incontinence? Fine. Go ahead, Prashant.
Yes, sir. Per vaginal examination, per vaginal examination on speculum, there is evidence of clear discharge seen from vagina. There is no cystocele, rectocele. Vaginal mucosa is healthy. There is no evidence of any bleeding. There is single fistulous communication felt on anterior wall of vagina, which is proximally located.
Kaushal, can you tell me how you will do per vaginal examination or local examination? Step by step. This is a perfect way or right way of doing the examination?
We should examine under speculum examination, sir. For
Directly.
speculum examination, before
First
that we have to inspect the. Is there any skin changes?
Beta, what
Is
you will see first. First, you will observe what you will see.
we have to observe whether fluid is coming from the urethral opening or vaginal opening. Then we have to see the surrounding area, whether there is
Exactly.
a skin changes
Surrounding area, right?
is there or no. Yeah.
Pardon?
Skin
Whether there is
excoriation.
a skin excoriation or skin changes because of chronic fluid discharge from vaginal opening. Either there is
Okay.
a foul smelling discharge from the vagina.
Okay.
Then, yes, then
Will you like to see labia majora minora?
yes, sir.
Why?
Mm. If we are planning for further management, it may be helpful.
Yeah, for the
Vaginal repair, yeah.
then
Then with the
Then you'll do
yeah.
for
with the,
vaginal examination.
digital examination, yeah, yeah.
How will you do it?
With the finger, we will try to see the vaginal mucosa, whether it is friable or whether there is a finger bloody discharge on the finger digital examination.
Okay.
And then with capacity means length of the vagina, depth of vagina, and then mucosa, it is healthy or pink or pale, and then there is fibrosis or scarring, and if possible number of fistula, and fluid coming from the fistula side.
Induration is factor.
Yeah, induration.
So all
And
these
then,
things you will see by for this thing for vaginal examination, digital examination, or by speculum.
Yes, sir. Speculum and digital, we have to combine examination. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Okay. So when you'll get multiple fistulae?
In patients with tuberculosis, we can get multiple fistulae.
Okay, when that is another possibility. Radiation also.
Radiation malignancy.
Usually, I'm not sure, but Prashant Mulaukar can guide us. Okay, on radiation, usually we have seen a bigger fistula rather than multiple fistulae.
Usually post obstetric fistula, post radiation fistula are comparatively of larger size. Agreed?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. You want to add anything, Prashant bhai?
No, no.
In examination? Any important thing if we have forgotten?
No, no. You have done it well. No problem.
Okay. Fine. So now next what? Kaushal?
Yes, sir. We'll go with routine examination, means investigations, blood investigations and urine examination, CBC, renal function test, and urine examination.
Before that,
this
before
is not urine.
You asked the finding of PSTV to the presenter. Why you have already decided it is a which fistula? Why you are going? What is your diagnosis? What is your diagnosis?
Yes. What is your diagnosis?
Yes, sir. This is incontinent.
उसको पूछो ना PSTV का क्या finding है?
Whether when he did a per vaginal examination, whether there was a tickling of fluid or not.
Kaushal.
Yes, sir, it is clear discharge seen. Yeah, they have written clear discharge seen from per examination.
जो केस प्रेजेंट कर रहा है उसको पूछो ना कि भाई तुम्हारा PSTV का क्या फाइंडिंग है?
Yes.
क्या नहीं पूछना है?
Yes, yes.
हुआ नहीं है ना?
Correct.
Prashant बोलो.
So now, first of all, I am telling you this is not urine. How will you find out whether it is urine or not?
First of all,
Kaushal,
Yes, sir. We can check the creatine of the fluid.
Only creatinine of the fluid.
Smell of means we can.
Creatinine of the fluid is 4. Patient has got CKD.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Kaushal, if you are
Yes, sir.
you may be right. You should have tell correct in a correct way. If you want to do a fluid
sir.
creatinine, then you have to do a serum creatinine for comparison. बराबर है?
Yes, sir.
तो वो कितना 1:3
Yes, sir.
या 1:5 या 1:10 जो भी अलग अलग बुक में दिया है वो हिसाब से तुमको कंपेयर करके देखना है
Yes, sir.
उतना बड़े वाला है कि नहीं। दूसरा अमोनियोकल स्मेल जो है स्मेल यूरिन का इजीली सबको आता है, पेशेंट को भी पता चलता है कि यूरिन है
Yes, sir.
अगर स्मेल यूरिन है, ठीक है।
Yes, sir.
ये तो हिस्ट्री के ऊपर हो गया, ये फ्लूइड क्रिएटिनिन भी हो गया। ये नंबर ऑफ यूएज है, आगे अपन एक डिस्कस करेंगे।
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
लेकिन उसको पहले पर्सनल पीएस और पीवी का जो रिपोर्ट है वो पूछना पड़ेगा कि उसका क्या फाइंडिंग है। सपोज ही टोल्ड कि पीएस पीवी इज नॉर्मल, देन व्हाट इज कमिंग फ्रॉम द वजन, आपको
Yes.
पता नहीं है ना, तो आपने बिना पूछे यूरिन रूटीन क्यों करना है? और यूरिन रूटीन में क्या पड़ा है? व्हाई यू आर बिहाइंड यूरिन रूटीन विदाउट डायग्नोसिस।
Yes, sir.
बोलो प्रशांत।
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hello, sir. For speculum examination, there is evidence of clear discharge coming from the vagina. Hello, and there was a single fistulous communication felt on anterior vaginal wall.
अभी फेल कैसा रहेगा? पर स्पेकुलम एग्जामिनेशन देखो, यू शुड बी वेरी परफेक्ट इन इट। ये चिल्लर गोश्त बातों की वजह से अटक नहीं जाना है। पर स्पेकुलम एग्जामिनेशन में क्या देखना है? स्पेकुलम डाले बराबर वहां से पुलिंग ऑफ फ्लूइड है कि नहीं है, फर्स्ट फाइंडिंग रहेगा।
Yes.
इज देयर एनी एंडुरेशन, रेडनेस, एडिमा इन दैट, यदि कोई एरिया में ऐसा कुछ दिख रहा है क्या, दिख रहा है कि नहीं दिख रहा है? सराउंडिंग टिश्यू का क्वालिटी क्या है? रेडनेस है, एडिमेटस है, ये है। समटाइम्स लार्ज फिस्टुला तो कभी कभी ब्लैडर म्यूकोजा प्रोलैप्स हो जाता है और नीचे से म्यूकोजा दिखना शुरू हो जाता है। तो दीज आर द फाइंडिंग्स ऑफ पर स्पेकुलम एग्जामिनेशन। जब तुम पाल्पेट करेंगे तो तब फिर यूजुअली क्या है, फिस्टुला वजाइनल फिस्टुला दिखता नहीं है पर स्पेकुलम में मेजॉरिटी टाइम, इट इज यूजुअली फेल्ड बाय द फिंगर। तो इट इज प्रोबेबली एट द अपेक्स, राइट अपेक्स और लेफ्ट अपेक्स, ऐसा कोई तो अपेक्स करेगा, सम स्मॉल छोटा रिंग लाइक इंडुरेशन दिखता है, कुछ सॉरी वो फील होता है। दैट इज पर जो फिंगर का जो पाल्पेटरी फाइंडिंग है, visible fistulas very rarely seen until and otherwise it is a large size, and lower fistulas are usually, higher fistulas are usually not. Post hysterectomy fistulas are majority times supratrigonal, majority time, तो दिखने का चांस बहुत कम है। तो ये सब चीजें बताते समय परफेक्टली बताना है एकदम।
See, these are the practical things Dr. Venkat Gite is telling you. So unless and until you have really seen it, what he says is right. Most of the time you cannot see the fistula, because it is pulled up, unless and until it is very low fistula. Yes. Okay, so
ठीक है
Prashant,
प्रशांत बोलो।
Yes, sir.
go ahead.
Sir,
So what are the investigations?
systemic examination is remaining.
Yeah, systemic, tell us.
Patient examined in supine and sitting position. On per abdominal examinations, there is midline vertical scar which is healthy, present. There is no sinuses. Shape of abdomen is normal. On palpation, abdomen is soft. No renal angle tenderness. No organomegaly. Respiratory system is normal. CNS examination normal. CVS examination normal.
Kaushal, what is one of the most important thing you will look for?
In vaginal examination, sir?
No,
Per
per abdomen.
Per abdomen, yes, sir. Per abdomen, we should look for the scar. Means it is healthy
Okay,
scar
that is
or
yes.
yeah. Scar in the middle.
What is the other thing?
Most important thing he's asking, that means one or two things only
Yes, sir.
in clinical examination of abdomen.
abdominal distension is there or not, or any suprapubic fullness is there or not, and a scar is vertical regular scar is there, or ragged edges is there or not? And
majority
and
gynecologists
free
do
fluid is
hysterectomy.
palpated or percussed in the for the urinoma ascites.
Patient is 85 kilo.
The one of the important finding that one should look at in these cases is again a renal angle tenderness, because again a presence of renal angle tenderness would make you diagnose ureteric fistula in contrast to a vesicovaginal fistula, because ureterovaginal fistula usually has some tenderness in renal angle because there is a hydronephrosis, some obstruction to the urine. Okay, this is very important. And although you can always talk about free fluid in abdomen वगैरह, ये कुछ दिखता नहीं है usually, but
Correct.
renal angle tenderness you will always get if in a patient with ureteric injury.
Correct.
Jay,
And one more thing is, what I was suggesting was that, if the patient is heavyweight, if the, short stature, that means you are dealing with a patient who may have a difficulty in doing the surgery, in open surgery. And you will plan out your incisions and pre-operatively, whatever you want to do. So that is also one of the important things. Thin patient, lean patient, yes, is a different thing. Okay, Prashant, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Investigation should I tell?
Yeah. So what are the investigations they want?
they
Just ask them.
should ask. You
Yeah.
should not tell.
So Kaushal, now what next?
Yes, sir. I would like to do blood investigations, complete blood counts, renal function test, urine examination, and electrolytes.
CBC HB is 12.5, TLC count is 8,000, serum creatinine is 1.08, and serum sodium is 140, serum potassium is 4.4. Urine routine microscopy suggestive of occasional pus cells and absent red blood cells.
Urine culture is done.
There is no growth on culture.
Okay.
Yes,
Why you
Jay,
ask
Jay.
social urine culture?
Urine routine, sir. There are pus cells are there.
How many?
Plenty of pus cells are written.
So you ask for that reason to ask the urine culture.
Yeah, it may be contamination, but still, I ask.
Do you don't want to ask to one bedside or sonography? Possible है
Yes,
तो
sir.
आप outpatient sonography और क्यों करना है?
Yes, sir. Sonography will tell details about the kidney, ureter, bladder, as well as bladder wall thickness. Then any collection around the bladder, perivesical collection, or any other collection in the pelvic region. Then hydroureteronephrosis, then renal parenchymal thickness.
Agreed.
So Kaushal, you will like to do ultrasonography, or you will like to do CT scan in this case when you are suspecting that there
Sir,
is a
first I will do ultrasound abdomen pelvis only. Then I will decide my further investigation depending on ultrasound.
Dr. Giteji and Dr. Mulakar,
Yes.
in exam, what do you think one can directly say about CT scan and not to talk about in this particular
No,
case?
I'll tell you scientific reasons for doing a sonography in these patients.
Yeah.
See, CT scan is a static, not a dynamic study, whereas sonography is a dynamic study. In a patient where bladder can be distended, you can see it on sonography that bladder is getting distended. That means two possibilities: either the fistula is very small, or a patient has got a ureteric fistula if the bladder is distended. Another thing is any other collection behind the bladder, hydronephrosis. These all things will be seen by sonography. Of course, you will always be doing a CT scan, but you cannot get away without doing a sonography in these patients. So it is always better to do a sonography. It is a non-invasive investigation. There is no radiation hazard. And in my practice, this is not about examination. What I'm saying, in my practice, if I am not planning a repair of this is now 40 days. Now, if suppose this is not for this thing. Suppose I do not want to do a vesicovaginal fistula repair for 3 months. If I have diagnosed a VVF and I have ruled out for ureteric fistula, then I usually may not do the CT scan right now. But this is not to be told in examination. Okay.
No, agreed. Sir, sonography primarily can be extension of clinical examination. It will give baseline information regarding to what he has already told his collection around the bladder, status of the upper tract, if I had a hydronephrosis or not. These are the two important findings, perivesical collection and upper tract status. इसका judgment आ जाता है and easily available investigation है, costly नहीं है, तो primarily किसने sonography अगर बोला तो गलत नहीं। एग्जाम में डायरेक्टली तुम डायग्नोसिस करने के लिए सीटी स्कैन करते हो क्या? तो मेजॉरिटी टाइम थ्योरेटिकली अपन बहुत बार इंस्टीट्यूट में करते हैं, नहीं ऐसा नहीं। लेकिन पेशेंट कभी उस टाइम तक सोनोग्राफी का रिपोर्ट लेके ही आ जाता है। तो एग्जाम में सोनोग्राफी बोला तो कोई गलत नहीं है।
गलत नहीं है।
So students, please understand that you should say talk about ultrasonography in this case. Okay, fine. Prashant, what
Yes, sir.
what we got?
Sir, on sonography, the bilateral kidneys and ureters are normal, and there is no any perivesical collection of the fluid, and bladder is normal.
Bladder is getting distended or no? It is collapsed.
It was collapsed.
Okay. It was showing there was a mild fullness on the right side. There was no collection, mild fullness, and little dilated ureter. Upper ureter, lower ureter could not be visualized because of the gaseous distension. That was a finding. Otherwise, both the kidneys, everything is normal. So now what next, Kaushal? Let us go a little fast so that we can cover the whole thing.
Yes, sir. This swab test should cystoscopy.
No. Here now
So, next question is,
confirmation.
what are the different tests you can do for identification?
Yes, sir. There is a single swab test, double dye test, and 3 swab tests. 3 tests are there, sir. Yeah.
So tell us.
In single swab test, we put a methylene blue dye in the bladder, and before that we put a swab in the vagina. And if there is after putting a dye, if there is staining of the swab, it can be a vesicovaginal fistula.
Okay.
In
Then-
double dye test, we give a oral pyridium 200 milligram, and methylene blue dye is given. If there is a staining orange color of the swab, then it is a ureterovaginal fistula. If it is a blue staining, it is a vesicovaginal fistula, and mix is there. Both colors are there. If it then it is a VVF plus UVF.
Have you done this test any time in past?
No, sir.
Sir, here diagnosis or confirmation of diagnosis, what we usually do as an institute, and it is given in the guidelines also, is examination under anesthesia, which includes first speculum examination, per vaginal examination, then that dye test कब करना है, cystoscopy, dye test and cystoscopy in one go. अलग अलग करने का जरूर नहीं। एक बार डाय टेस्ट के लिए तुम मोटी में लेके जाएंगे, फिर स्कोपी को एक बार लेके ऐसा नहीं होना। कंफर्मेशन, रेडियोलॉजिकल कंफर्मेशन एंड एंडोस्कोपिक कंफर्मेशन। तो रेडियोलॉजिकल कंफर्मेशन, micturating cystourethrogram and IVP is olden pattern of doing the confirmation. CT scan and CT cystography or CT scan plus micturating cystourethrogram is a current way of investigating the fistula to rule out the ureterovaginal fistula as well as to diagnose the vesicovaginal. In examination under anesthesia, first speculum examination, per vaginal examination, cystoscopy. In that cystoscopy, we have to assess for the findings. If cystoscopy doesn't suggest you of anything, doesn't show any fistula, and still patient is leaking, then you have to go फॉर डाई टेस्ट. अगर स्कोप तुम अंदर डाल ले रहे हो तो डाई टेस्ट में फिर डाई आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है तो देखना है. तो कहाँ से आ रहा है, तो यूरेट्रिक है कि ब्लैडर. तो फिर सिंपल डाई टेस्ट है, 3 स्वैब टेस्ट है, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज टेम्पून टेस्ट ऑफ मोइर and double die test. These are the 3 tests. Golden people, old examiner अगर है तो still he will ask about that die test. Then tempt the 3 swab test. नया एग्जामिनर कोई हो तो यूजुअली बहुत बार लोग करते नहीं है, लेकिन इसका स्पेसिफिक इंडिकेशन है. अगर तुम कॉपी कर रहे हो, कॉपी में कुछ दिख रहा नहीं है, स्टिल लीकिंग है, तो कंफर्मेशन ऑफ यूरिन लीक हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है और कहाँ से हो रहा है ये देखने के लिए तुमको डाई टेस्ट करना पड़ सकता है. So it is not absolute, but have some specific indication.
Fine. Okay, Kaushal, what
Yes,
next?
Sir, cystoscopy I would like to do.
You would like to do cystoscopy right now or would like to do a CT right now? Which first? पहले क्या करोगे?
Yeah, CT urography with CT cystogram.
पहले you would like to do CT first,
Yes,
not
sir.
cystoscopy first. Why?
Yeah, cystoscopy will do. Yeah, sir. As sir told before surgery.
नहीं सर told नहीं ना, you are the treating man.
नहीं. सर कुछ भी बोलेंगे, गाइडलाइंस क्या बोलता है वो बोलो. Whatever
Yes,
you
sir.
are,
Usually we, yes, sir. Usually we do in OPD basis, sir.
whatever you are telling is correct. You have to go for CT scan, CT IVP with CT cystography, radiological confirmation of diagnosis, and then you have to, because cystoscopy has its own indication. Why you are doing
Yes, sir.
cystoscopy? Cystoscopy you are doing for to diagnose the site of fistula, size of fistula, number of fistula, surrounding bladder mucosa, edematous है, inflamed है, सुचर पकड़ेगा, सुचर नहीं पकड़ेगा, वो डायग्नोस करने के लिए इमैच्योर है, मैच्योर है, ये देखने के लिए सिस्टोस्कोपी करते. तो उसका टाइम अभी आया नहीं, अभी तो कंफर्मेशन चल रहा है. तो कंफर्मेशन कैसा करेंगे, तो रेडियोलॉजिकल कंफर्मेशन. रेडियोलॉजिकल कंफर्मेशन कैसा करेंगे, तो ओल्ड हिसाब से जा रहे हो, ओल्ड एग्जामिनर तो आईयूपी भी बोल सकता है. आईयूपी का क्या रोल है, एमसीयूजी प्लस आईयूपी. ओके. नया बंदा अगर हमारे जैसा कोई तो बोलेगा भाई मैं वन को में सीटी स्कैन डिलेटेड फिल्म में सीटी सिस्टोग्राफी भी कर दूंगा, दोनों डायग्नोस कर, प्लस सराउंडिंग, मुझे सराउंडिंग स्ट्रक्चर का भी आइडिया आ जाएगा, इसलिए मैं सीटी करना चाहता हूँ. तो जो भी बोलना है उसको डिपेंड करना.
Yes, sir.
बोलो.
Yeah, CT urography with CT cystogram.
Right, CT scan दिखाओ.
Yes, sir.
नहीं, CT scan.
Yes, sir.
नहीं, first show that film.
पहला हाँ ये करो.
So this ultrasonography findings are confirmed. There is a mild fullness and little hydronephrosis of the upper ureter. Can you just say what you are seeing, Kaushal, Jay?
Yes, sir. Right side hydroureteronephrosis is seen. That
हाइड्रोनेफ्रोसिस नहीं है, हाइड्रोयूरेटर है, यूरेटर डायलेटेड है. वेल्यू कैसे डायलेटेशन नहीं है ऐसा. ठीक है.
ureteric dilatation is seen. Yes.
नहीं, इधर कलेक्टिंग सिस्टम भी थोड़ा डायलेटेड है. ठीक है.
You want to see other films? Just showing.
Yes,
Showing
in
the
this
next.
film,
Yeah, tell us. Jay, tell us.
हाइड्रोनेफ्रोसिस भी है.
second row that there may be a communication is seen in the previous film.
Yeah.
Axial cuts in this second row images there might be some connection. Fistulous
Okay, so see all the
connection is
films
there.
again. Please see all the films again and tell us in one sentence what are the things you are seeing. How will you read each city? Okay. Prashant, just show him again.
Yes, sir.
It is not seen. I think it's
Appreciation, no, it's very well seen.
In the second row that there is a seen, yes, fistulous communication is seen.
Second row, second film and third film.
Yes.
you can see the dye in the vagina also.
Yes.
See in the last row.
Last row.
So okay. So now what is your interpretation? Jay.
In the combined vesicovaginal or ureteric fistula with a ureteric injury is there a possibility.
So you want to rule out that. So there is a vesicovaginal fistula and probably there is some injury to the
Right side ureter.
okay. What else it can be?